Hey guys, welcome back to another creation video. So today we are going to be making the main My Little Pony, aka main with an M-A-N-E, because they're ponies, and apparently I think I've heard that that's a thing, so I'm going to copy the fact that I think I've heard that somewhere that they say main. I don't know. The main 6 My Little Pony characters in The Sims 4. So as you guys can probably tell, I'm very ill at the minute. I haven't been able to do like any actual filming, so all I've been doing is making these Sims because I was like, okay, I'm like actually dying right now. I need to do something. I want it to work somehow, but I also didn't want to like actually film because like my voice just sounds terrible. Okay, I always like to think I sound like raspy, like sexy raspy, but I always end up just sounding like I'm dying, which is kind of accurate because I'm someone who gets a cold and literally acts like it's the end of the world, because I am, unfortunately, my immune system, it doesn't let a cold go away. I will have this cold until summer now. Like, this is it. This is the end. I can't deal with colds. I'm so dramatic, and I will die on the hill that colds are the worst thing ever. But I literally have just gotten very ill. I have like not had an illness this bad in a while, like literally like 10 years. So basically I just thought, okay, let's just do another Create Sim. I know I literally just posted another Create Sim like this the other day with the Monster High Sims, but I just needed to do something, and I figured you guys would rather me at least post something than nothing at all. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much that this is another Create Sim video, but I honestly had a lot of fun doing this. So when I did the Monster High video, you guys were all in the comments saying you should make the My Little Pony Sims, and I've had this request happen so many times. A while ago I was actually going to do this video, and I even downloaded like specific like pony like CC like ears and like a horn for some of them and stuff, but I ended up not actually going with that and instead just going by inspired one. So once again, I don't know anything about My Little Pony. I don't know anything. I've never seen it. I don't know the characters. I've seen slight things on TikTok of people like making them into humans and stuff like that, so I kind of went inspired by a lot of that. I went through and looked through TikToks of people doing fan art, but I've realized that everyone has very different headcanons, so this is not going to be an accurate thing that you think each sim is like, if that makes any sense. Like, you're not going to look at this and be like, oh yeah, every single one is so accurate to how I thought they were going to look like if they were humans, because it's just not how it works. I feel like this is so divisive, and like no one really has an exact idea of what they look like as humans because they're just ponies, so it's kind of difficult to do. I sort of based it on the most common ones that I saw, the most common headcanons that I saw on TikTok and just on Google in general, in terms of like aesthetic and ethnicity and all that stuff. Like, I kind of went based on the most popular ideas and what people think would be the most likely that the ponies would be, but again, they are just ponies and I don't know anything about them or their personality. I've just gone based on the Wikipedia page. I don't know anything about any of them, so I'm very sorry if any of this is not how you imagine them, but once again, like with the Monster High Sims, it's just not anything I've ever seen. I never watched My Little Pony. I remember it being like a thing back in the day, but like, I always like loved like Peppa Pig and Dora the Explorer and Go Diego Go and like that kind of genre, and then also like Nickelodeon shows and like Victorious and that kind of genre, iCarly, you know, that kind of era was my thing. Not any of these like animated shows. I've not really ever been into ones like these, like My Little Pony, Winx Club, Monster High, like none of them have ever been my thing, so I'm so sorry that this is probably not the most accurate, but it's just a bit fun, you know, it's just a bit fun at the end of the day. So anyway, sorry, let me just stop yapping for a second, although actually that's the complete opposite. I'm actually going to continue yapping, but instead about the actual Sims themselves. So we are starting off with Twilight Sparkle. So again, I've done the main 6, so these are the ones that I first of all, like, I'm pretty sure are the 6 main characters. There's like another like little side character or something called like Spike, I want to say, or something. I don't even know, but I did not do that character because I don't even know who that is, but I just went with the ponies. So there is the 6 of them. We got Twilight Sparkle. I'm going to try and I'm not going to be able to remember their names, are they? Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, oh my god, Rainbow Dash, and then Fluttershy. That's it. So that's all the 6. Again, the aesthetics and everything, I've kind of gone for a little bit of an alt aesthetic for a lot of them just because it's me, you know. At the end of the day, these are just going to be inspired, so it's more so based on the colors. They also all have like the cutie marks, which is like the little like tattoo. It's not a tattoo, but they have like the little like pattern or something, like a little cutie mark, I think is what it's called, on each of the ponies, like kind of like on their butts, like it's it's sort of like on their butts. And I was kind of trying to do like a tattoo or like a jewelry item or something that was that cutie mark for each of the Sims to try and like recreate that, but unfortunately some of them I couldn't do. For example, there's like a cloud and like lightning, and like I couldn't do that, so unfortunately that's not the case with all of them. But for Twilight Sparkle, who we're doing now, I've gone with a lot of star stuff because she has stars. That's my only explanation. Also, I am using she, her pronouns for all of these Sims except for Rainbow Dash. I've gone with they, them pronouns. I just felt like they give non-binary vibes. I, as a non-binary person, can sense it. It's like the gaydar, but it's instead like the non-binary dar. I don't think that's the right terminology, but it's like the NB gaydar, you know what I mean? And I also do want to apologize for not giving Frankie Stein in my last video, the Monster High Sims video, giving them they, them pronouns. I didn't realize that in the Generation 3 they use they, them pronouns. I'm very sorry about that. It's just based on the Wikipedia, everything was saying she, so I just went based on that. And I was also kind of doing it based on the G1 design, so I guess technically back then they were using she, her pronoun. I don't really know the law, but I don't know if any of these Sims have certain pronouns, but I've just, as I said, Rainbow Dash is the only one I've given they, them pronouns to, and the rest of them use she, her, even though I don't know if that's law accurate at all, but it is to me. But with Twilight Sparkle, who we're starting off with, I kind of went for exactly how I imagine her to look. I don't know why, but like this is just the vibe I got from her design. Like, she gives very like bisexual vibes. I think it's just because of the color scheme. It's obviously like purple, pink, blue, like it's that vibe. It's like those colors, right? So obviously naturally naturally, I'm going to assume, okay, it's like the bisexual flag. So I kind of went for that color scheme, kind of low-key looking a bit like one of my like pride sims that I've done before where I've made pride flags as sims, but definitely she could fit very well into that with the bisexual flag. But I really love how she turned out. Actually, ironically, even though she's the first sim I made, she's actually my favorite. She actually ended up being my favorite. I love how she turned out. I think she's amazing, and I just think she's like so hot. Like, I made all these sims once again as young adults, by the way. I don't know what the ponies' ages are. I don't know anything, but I've made all these sims. Again, it's just inspired by, so they are all adults, as if they maybe like love My Little Pony and they're going to like a convention and they're all wearing outfits inspired by or something. You can kind of say that if you want, but yeah. So with her, I went for some glasses because, I don't know, I just felt like she gave glasses energy, and then I went for a lot of star-inspired things. So she has like a star septum piercing, and she has like a lot of just star-inspired things, including these leg warmers that have stars on them. I just think, I've said stars like so many times, but she has stars for her cutie mark, so I was like, okay, obviously I've got to use that. The hair I ended up going for, I think, is stunning. I felt like the wavy hair kind of fit her a lot, and I really love the colors I've gone for. Like, I feel like it looks really like similar to how I imagine her looking. I just feel like it's really accurate, even though she's literally a pony, but like in my head this is like so correct, and I know that makes no sense, and I don't know anything about the gal, so that could be totally wrong, but like the hair with like the pink streaks, and then I gave her this little like bag because she gave like cute energy, and I just really like how she turned out. And I gave her a beret, obviously, because guys, once again, I do give her a beret every single video because I can't help it. Something about berets, okay? But yeah, I think I will be doing some more crate sims. I've really enjoyed doing this, and like the last 2 videos, like, they've been really fun doing it. Obviously it's a little bit different to my normal videos, so I do apologize about that, but like it's just kind of fun. Like, I used to do these videos like pretty much every single week. Like, this would used to be like my main genre. Like, no genre? What was that? Like, niche. It used to be crate sim videos, and then I kind of started just doing like series. As much as I love doing the series and stuff, I don't know, it's different. It's just a very different vibe. I really like doing crate sim, and it's been so long since I've done crate sim videos like this that it's just been really fun to do. So I may do some more. So again, let me know in the comments if you guys got any suggestions for different ones to do. And once again, there will be a full CC list in the description because I'm an absolute angel and I'm gonna treat you guys. But also, I know you guys will ask anyway, so you know, it saves me a lot of hassle. I do hate doing CC lists, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but it's worth it because I know that you guys need the CC. Like, I know that it's so annoying when people do crate sim videos and there's no CC list. Just like, girl, what are we doing? What are we doing? And also, so many people always say all the time, like, why don't you like put all your CC in like a folder or something? The reason I don't do that is it's because it's against pretty much every creator's terms of condition. So you're not actually meant to like re-upload their CC and make it easy to download like that. Like, you are meant to go to the specific creator and download it. You know, if it's on Patreon or something like that, it feels bad like taking it away from the creator, if that makes sense. So I personally don't do that, which is why I've never like uploaded my CC folder or anything like that. But I know so many people ask that, and I'm like, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, I was thinking about doing maybe like a video, like another CC showcase. I've done ones before in the past of like hairs, but like, would you guys want me to do maybe like clothing, like favorite clothing creators? I don't know, like something like that, just so you guys have like something to reference if you want to find like more of my CC when I'm not doing a CC list. Anyways, now we're moving on to Applejack. So Applejack is like this proper, like, I had a vision for her. The second, like even before making this video, I knew who Applejack was. Now, I don't know if that's true. I might have got it completely wrong, but Applejack to me is just such a little country gal. She's like absolutely a legend, and she's very like, I don't know, she speaks in like a little country accent, and like she has a little plait, and like she has a little cowboy hat, you know what I mean? And like she does a little milady is what I kind of get from her. Also, there's a lot of like ships that people do between the sims. I mean, not the sims, the ponies. And I think one of them is Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash maybe. I don't know, but like I was quite intrigued by that because I didn't really know that there were certain ships that people had between them. Like, I kind of gathered because like it happens all the time, but like I'm intrigued. Like, let me know your guys' headcanons for these like ponies, because I'm sure if you've watched them for like years, if you watch the show and if you know the ponies and if you know a lot about them, you probably have like very specific like headcanons and just ideas of what they look like in your head. So it's kind of interesting to hear just because I don't know anything about them, and this is just based off of pretty much first impressions. I just was curious about that, like what you guys like. Do you guys ship people? What even is the show about? I couldn't tell you. Are they just ponies? Do they do just pony things? Do they race? Like, what else do ponies do? Do they eat hay? Like, what's their day-to-day basis? Like, what's life? Some of them had like human forms. I think they're called like equestrian girls. I think there's like a spin-off TV show or something about that. I don't know what that is, but I think that's when they're like in the human forms. That's quite interesting. I don't know. I kind of went based on just the ponies themselves rather than like their human form ones, because when I was looking at the human ones, I was like, kind of boring outfits. So I didn't go with that. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, for Applejack, I went for proper country gal, proper cowboy hat, everything. She's got these little plaits, which is so adorable. I love them so much, and I think she's so beautiful again. All of these sims are so beautiful. I'm actually obsessed with like literally all of them. Maybe I shouldn't toot my own horn so often, but like, you gotta toot when you can toot, you know what I mean? Not fart. That's a very different toot. But I don't know if do people say toot for farts? Is that an English thing? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so really off topic. But yeah, the outfit I gave her is so beautiful. I went pretty much all like brown and like orange, just because I know that she doesn't actually have like brown on her, but I just felt like the brown and orange, it just felt really fitting with the country vibes. And I don't know why I keep saying the country vibes. I don't know if she really does have that vibe. I don't know what her voice sounds like. I don't know anything, but I imagine that would be how she would sound and look if she was human, and even if she's a pony. Maybe she do they speak? I've got to say that they do, right? They don't just go nay, No, you know, that would be a pretty boring TV show. Although, you know what, kind of funny if they just neighed at each other the whole series. There's like 7 seasons and it's just them going nay. Nay. That would be so brilliant. Oh, well, it's a shame. I don't think they did that. I have a feeling that they speak kind of creepy, really. Also, why ponies? It's very specific. I'm pretty sure some of them are also like Pegasus. Pegasus. I think it's Pegasus. I don't know. Pegasus. Or maybe it's just Pegasus. I don't know. They're like, you know, the flying ones, you know. I don't know if any of them are unicorns, but, you know, they could be, and that would be cool. I also, of course, didn't go for the skin tones of each of the ponies. I've seen a lot of people where they've made them as Sims and they have like the same skin tone that they have as ponies, but I went for just regular human skin tones just because, again, this is just more of an inspiration rather than an exact replica, and I could have done like the ears and all that stuff, but I just ended up leaving it and just sticking for more of like a inspiration rather than like a full-on, oh yes, I'm half pony, you know, because I could have made a centaur, but like it's just not the vibe, you know, it's just not the vibe. But yeah, anyways, where am I even going with this? You know what would be kind of fun? Care Bears. I used to watch Care Bears. That's actually one of the things I have actually seen. Care Bears. I've said Care Bears too many times, but yeah, I used to watch that. That one guy, like Lionheart, oh, quite a legend. Back in the day, I had a bit of a crush on him, which is really embarrassing, but unfortunately true. I don't even remember the context of what he looks like, but I just remember his name and being like, he's brave. That's my kind of man, you know what I mean? I don't even, please, if that's a child, I'm so sorry, but that was also when I was watching it when I was like 5 years old, so you really can't judge me. Anyways, yes, off topic. So now we're moving on to Rarity. So for Rarity, I was like, okay, the Wikipedia said she's glamorous. I can't do glamorous Sims. I struggle. I do try my very hardest, my very darndest, my very hardest, I put my effort in, all right, but it never seems to go very well. However, I would argue I did a pretty bang up job here because I think she looks amazing. I love this, oh my god, this hair. I don't know how to describe it, and please do not take this the wrong way, Rarity as a Sim, but this looks like a mane of a horse, and I don't know if that's a negative thing or a good thing, but I personally would be a bit like, oh, you say my hair looks like a mane, although I'd quite like my hair to look like a mane of a lion, but that's off topic. I feel like this hair looks like a horse's hair, and it doesn't make sense, but it does, you know what I mean? It is so beautiful. It's by Leah Lilith, and oh my god, I love it. This shade as well on her is so beautiful. And like I said, apparently she's very like glamorous and like not snobby, but like I think I gave her like the snob trait and materialistic just because she's meant to be kind of like the rich one who, like, you know, she's all into like fashion and all that stuff. So I kind of tried to get across that energy. I think that all of them apparently have like a different sort of like meaning behind them, if that makes sense. Like when I was reading it, I saw that one of them was like all about like loyalty, and like they all have like different sort of things about them and like different personality traits that they're sort of like made as, if that makes any sense. I don't know, but I thought that was quite cool. I didn't know that, but it was quite fun actually like reading about this stuff because, like I said, it's just not something I've ever like been interested in. It's a shame really that most of the shows I used to watch when I was younger was like real life people, because I can't really make them as Sims because it's kind of boring. So like stuff like Victorious, iCarly, like all those kind of shows, I'm not just gonna make them as Sims. Like that's kind of like not the vibe. So I don't know, I wish there was more like this that I actually knew about, because I do feel bad that I don't actually know anything about it, and you guys like just read the Wikipedia. I'm like, girl, I know I am reading the Wikipedia, but unfortunately I have the memory of a fish. Although apparently, you know what, fish apparently don't have that bad memories, and I think they're just getting a bad representation because apparently they don't even have bad memories. Also, how does one test if a fish has a bad memory? Do you ask it? Do you go up to flipping Nemo and we're like, oh man, do you have a bad memory? Do you often forget things? You know, how do people know that they have a bad memory? I don't know, but apparently they don't have a bad memory, so I'm actually going to not say that I have the memory of a fish. I'm going to say I have the memory of a llama, because I myself am terrible. I am dreadful and I cannot remember anything, so I do not remember the Wikipedia, even though I literally read it like 2 days ago when I made these Sims. But yeah, basically, I know that I should do more research, but unfortunately, I'm an idiot. And also, it's kind of fun. I don't really care. You know what I mean? It's kind of fun just having nothing to work on, because it's just like, I don't have any like biases towards any of these ponies. I don't know anything about them, you know what I mean? I don't really care who each one is. But yeah, so with Rarity, love the fit, love this skirt. Yes, I have used this skirt many times lately, I'm so sorry, but I really love it. And then the little like pearl like bead belt thing is so beautiful, and I just love how she turned out. And I think that the purple and the white is just such a good color scheme. But yeah, now we're moving on to Pinkie Pie. So I think that she's probably the most well-loved / well-known, maybe. I don't know, I feel like out of everyone, I've heard about Pinkie Pie the most. Pinkie Pie, Twilight Sparkle, and Rainbow Dash are the 3 that like I knew before this the most. The other 3 less so, but I feel like these 3 are like the main ones. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just how I saw it. But Pinkie Pie is obviously very pink, and once again, much like the Monster High characters, a lot of these color schemes, they're not my vibe. They're not my vibe. Pink, not my vibe. Not my vibe. Blue, not my vibe. Not my vibe. Purple, I can get behind a little bit more, but like a lot of them I was just kind of like, especially Pinkie Pie, like I just can't with pink. Maybe it's just because I just don't suit pink. Like I'm not meant for those colors. Like I am meant for like neutrals, warm colors. I just do not suit like the cool colors like pink and blue. So that's probably why I just don't do it in Sims. But I did struggle quite a bit just because, again, the color is not my vibe, and I had to go for like a bright pink, which I never do. But this hair that I gave her is so beautiful. beautiful. It's so beautiful. I think that this fits perfectly. A load of people say that she has to have like very like curly hair just because obviously her pony has like kind of a curly like tail and mane and stuff. So I went for like this really curly hair. I think it's so beautiful, and I think in this pink as well, it suits her so well. Oh, bleached eyebrows as well. I don't know. I just felt like she gave bleached eyebrows vibes. Don't ask me. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. Don't shoot the person who just made this random sim. I just thought that she gave bleached eyebrow energy, and that's all I can say about that. You know what I mean? So I really like how she turned out, and I think oh wow, I think she's beautiful as well. I just think they're all beautiful. Maybe I'm just biased because they're my own sims, but I love how they all turned out, and I think the fit's really cute. You know what I was realizing though when I was making these sims? I realized I was like, oh my god, every single one has a skirt. Every single one has a skirt. The only one I think who doesn't have a skirt is literally Applejack. Oh, maybe I think Rainbow Dash doesn't, but everyone else, yeah, they have skirts. I in real life pretty much always wear skirts, so I think it's just like my mind is like, you know what I mean? Like we're like, you know what I mean? Like it's like I'm doing it because I do it in real life, but I have given a skirt to every one of the sims. I'm so terrible. I know, but it's just because I love leg warmers. Leg warmers as well. Oh my god, leg warmers and skirts. If ever you see a sim that has those things, you know that it's probably mine. Like you know that that sim's probably my sim because I do that every single time. I just love how skirts look. I think they're so cute, and I don't really have that many shorts options, so that's why I don't really do shorts as much. And then actual trousers, I don't know, I just struggle more with that. And then I like being able to see the chunky shoes. I just tend to go for outfits that I would wear in real life, let's be serious. And again, I have gone for a bit more of an alter steak for a lot of them, but like, listen, don't, it's fine. Anyways, now we're moving on to Fluttershy. So don't really like that name. I don't really like it. I don't know, all the others kind of roll off the tongue. Fluttershy doesn't to me. It's kind of difficult to say. Maybe I'm just someone who just struggles with like pronunciations, but Fluttershy is very difficult to say to me. Anyways, that's really embarrassing to admit that, but yeah. So for her, okay, yes, I did make Vi from Arcane. Don't even ask how it happened. Okay, don't even ask how it happened. But I just started, all right, and then I put this hair on her because I saw this hair like way back when I was making like Twilight Sparkle, and I was like, you know, who would suit this Fluttershy? Because she's meant to be shy, right? It's kind of in the name. So I was like, okay, a shy hairstyle. Maybe it's covering like her face a little bit because she's a bit shy. You know what I mean? She doesn't want people to see her face. So I did this, and then I was like, oh, it's pink because she's like pink and yellow and whatever. And then I was like, oh my god, I made Vi from Arcane. I don't know how it happened. Okay, it just did. And then all of a sudden now I was like, oh, her face even looks like Vi. She's got a little smirk like Vi. It just all went to a very arcane-y place, which no one's gonna complain about, I'm sure, because everyone I feel like who watch my channel is gay, and everyone who's gay watches Arcane. That's just how the world works. So I don't feel like anyone's gonna complain about that. It's just quite funny to me that it ends up happening. Also, another one that you guys keep saying for me to make is the Arcane characters of Sims, which I definitely would be down to do. I have tried to do it before, back when the season 1 came out, and then I was just like, I'm not really feeling it because I just ended up downloading like the actual hairs and stuff, and I was just like, well, I'm just making, like, it's not the same unless I like do an inspiration, you know, I like doing it in more of a creative way than just like downloading CC for it. So I kind of would rather do something like that. But let me know if you guys want me to do that. I know Arcane season 2 came out like months ago at this point, but to be fair, I only finished it like a month ago, so I am a little bit behind. But yeah, anyway, I feel like that'd be kind of a fun one to do. And also, what's your favorite Arcane character? Because I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, mine is Heimaldinger. Yeah, Heimaldinger. I don't want to talk about it. I love him so much, and it's lame to have that as a favorite character, but it's also the truth. But yeah, I think that she turned out really cool with these overalls, and then this little like jacket, and then the sunglasses on her head, just to kind of get like the yellow in there, because obviously she is mostly yellow with the pink. Very nice color scheme, by the way. I've never really used like pastel pink with pastel yellow. I feel like that's a very underrated color scheme and like an underrated color combination that I feel like I need to use more, because it's actually a banger one. Like I was like making this sim, and I was like, wait a minute, this is a great color choice. Like this is a wonderful one. And again, this is another one of those things where it's like, it's fun to do something like this because I would never normally pick that color scheme, but I had to because of these sims. So like, I don't know, it's just kind of fun doing stuff like this, you know. Maybe I'll do more like this. I'm just trying to think of any other like iconic, like very well known like casts of like, you know, 5, 6 or whatever that are like cartoons and like all different enough, because like, you know, I could do Barbie, but then who else am I going to do? Barbie, and who else? Oh yeah, other Barbie. Oh yeah, another Barbie. Like I'm not going to do 6 different variations of Barbie who just have different jobs. Like that's kind of boring to me. So I'd rather do ones like this where they're like very unique and different like that. You guys were saying about me doing like the Ever After High characters, which I think is like Monster High but like nice or something. I don't really know. I don't know, like I like the alternative vibe of Monster High, so I don't know. I know I keep talking about Monster High, I'm sorry guys, but it's just on the mind at the minute. It's on the noggin, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, so okay, my dad just came in to take the dog to go walk, so now I have no recollection of what I was just saying. But basically, yeah, cool sims I think is what I was going along with. But yeah, anyway, so now we're finally moving on to Rainbow Dash. As I said, I've given them they them pronouns. I don't know why, I just get they them energy from them. I don't know, I just get that energy, I get that vibe, I get that, like, you know, energy. I don't know how else to say it, but like that's just kind of what I get from them. And like I said, as a non-binary myself, as a non-binary, I just kind of like, you know, you can kind of sense it in people and sense it in ponies apparently. But of course I don't think this is actually canon to the My Little Pony universe, so I think that in the My Little Pony world that's not the right pronouns, but oh well, who cares, you know, it's fine. But anyway, so okay, this was not great. Not great. I left Rainbow Dash till last because I was convinced I was going to be able to nail this. I was like, they're going to be so easy to make. Like, I already know the outfit I want to go for. I already know the hair kind of I want to go for, the face. Like, I had this image somehow of them in my head already, just because I think I'd seen TikToks of people like making versions of them, and it always tends to be quite similar, like more of a sort of masculine energy. And I was like, okay, we can do this. It's easy, you know? And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. They have a rainbow mane, which means I have to get rainbow hair, and I don't have any rainbow hair, shockingly, because that actually really sounds like something I would have, but no, I don't have any. So I struggled, to say the least. I had to basically pick a hair that I liked, and then I went through and I added a load of different hair overlays onto this hair to try and make it look rainbow. It did not work out that well, I'm gonna be honest. It looks a bit of a mess. I know it does. I'm very well aware of the fact it looks messy. I just couldn't do it any other way. It was the only option I had. I was tempted to go off the game and download a rainbow hair and come back on, and then I was like, you know what? This is more fun. Like, I really like how this hair looks on them, and I felt like this is the exact right energy I wanted. Like, this kind of like short, like wolf, kind of like a wolf cut, like shaggy sort of hair. And I was like, okay, this is perfect. But to do the streaks was so difficult, and I just really struggled. I also made this sim over the course of 2 days. All of these sims, once again, took me like an hour to make, but this sim took me the longest out of all of them because, first of all, it was over the course of 2 days, but also I just struggled a lot. Like, I came back on after that like first session of recording, and then I was like, oh my god, I need to, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? I just, I don't know what happened. I think the hair looks pretty okay. Again, it's a bit of a mess. Again, you don't look from the back, as I always say. My sims don't look great from the back. It's like when people like make like Minecraft houses and stuff, and they're like, don't look at the back, it's not finished. You know what I mean? It's very green core. Just don't look from the back. Like, it just don't, okay? Like, the back of the sim is not my problem. I don't like looking back there. It's a mess. It's a mess every single time. But I definitely feel like the outfit came together. So I went with these arm warmers that I knew I wanted to use because they were rainbow, and I like knew I had these from when I made my clown children in my occult baby series. And I was like, okay, I have these arm warmers that are rainbow. I've got to use these for the sim. But a lot of the rest of the outfit isn't really rainbow because technically they're just blue. Like, they're blue with the rainbow mane. So I didn't go for like a full rainbow outfit because, first of all, I can't do that. Okay, my mind is too organized. Well, I was gonna say organized. That's kind of a lie with how I talk. As you can tell, my mind is not very organized, but I can't do that. Like, I've tried to make rainbow sims before where I've tried to use every single color and I just hate it. So I just really struggle with that kind of thing. I'm into like 2 colors. Like, I like just like 2 colors per sim. I always prefer that. A lot of the time I do like a blue and white, blue and black. Like, I'd like having just a very neutral color alongside a colorful one, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like if I do red, I'd also pick white, or if I did red, I'd also do black. Like, I just find that easier. So doing like a full rainbow sim is so difficult. And also, like I said, the sim is just blue, not the sim. The pony is just blue. Again, how are they blue? I don't want to think about it. Are they dyed that color? Like, do they use hair dye to make themselves blue? Like, are they like, I don't know. I don't know how they're blue, but like, I guess it's a vibe. I don't know. Maybe they're born like that. I don't know. But do they like fight people? Do they like do things? Are they like superheroes? Like, I don't know the lore of My Little Pony. Let me know in the comments, guys, because I'm intrigued now. Like, after doing this, I'm like, wait, maybe I should watch My Little Pony. But like, also, I just don't really like animated things, which I know is like the worst thing someone could possibly say ever. I'm so sorry. I just don't watch animated shows or movies that often. Like, it's just not my vibe. I'm sorry. Like, I just prefer watching real people. I just find it more engaging. But yeah, sorry about that. I know. I'm so sorry. I swear, don't kill me for that, okay? But yeah, so the arm warmers were kind of the inspiration for the whole outfit, and then I just went for blue and white for the rest of it because I was like, you know, I've got rainbow hair and they've got rainbow arm warmers. Like, that's all I need. You know, I don't need more. Like, that's enough rainbow, surely. So I went for a very like sort of sporty fit. I was sort of inspired by Hazel from Bottoms, which, by the way, I really don't like the movie Bottoms. I'm so sorry to all the gay people out there. I'm so sorry because I know that every single person in the gay community likes it. I just really don't like Bottoms. I think it's a really bad movie because I think it's very unfunny and I did not laugh once, but I am very apologetic for that. But basically I went for based on kind of Hazel from Bottoms with like the sort of sporty masculine sort of outfit. It's sort of very like 80s vibes in my opinion, with like the short shorts and then like the arm warmers. It just felt kind of 80s vibes, so I quite like that because that's just like sort of, I don't know, it's like an era I don't tend to go for that often, so it's kind of like fun to mix it up a little bit. But like their personality is kind of meant to be like very energetic and stuff like that, so I felt like that sort of fit into that, you know, side of things, and I really liked it. I don't know, I think it's different and I think it's fun. And again, I don't have like the little cutie mark thing anywhere on the sim just because I could not get it physically, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, anyway, so that is the final sim. So I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know in the comments down below which is your favorite. As I said, mine's gonna be Twilight Sparkle, which is crazy because that's the first time I made, but I just really love how she turned out. I think she's so cute and just so the vibe. I don't know, I would wear the outfit. I just love that sim so much. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of all of these sims, and let me know also in the comments what your favorite pony is and what headcanons you have, because I am very interested in that. Obviously, this is just based on sort of my gut impressions and my first impressions from just seeing the ponies, and it's not really inspired by anything about the actual ponies themselves, so hopefully everything is okay. But yeah, so let me know if there's any other videos you want me to do in the comments down below. I would love to do more create sims like this in the future if you guys still are enjoying them. Hopefully you guys are, because as I said, I'm too sick to do like a full video. Like I can't film for like an hour. I would literally die. So yeah. So remember to like, subscribe to everyone, and I'll see you guys in the video. I love you guys. Bye.